So on the second page, number 3, evaluate the following using the graphs of f of x and g of x. So we have f of -3, so going to the f of x graph, we had the point -3, 0. When x is -3, the y is 0, so the answer is 0. G of 0, we're looking for where x is 0, so we have the point 0, -5. When x is 0, the y is -5. For the next one, starting in the parenthesis with g of -1, we have the point -1, -4. So when g is -1, y is 4. There's your -4. There's your answer, which we'll plug into f. F of -4, we have the point -4, 1. So when f has an x of -4, the y is 1, so there's your answer. For D, f of 0, so on the f graph, when x is 0, y is 3. So plugging that 3 into G, on the G graph, when x is 0, y is 4, so G of 3 equals 4. Question 4 is asking you to do the domain and range for all of them in interval notation. So for A, your domain and range, we have arrows pointing in both directions, no gaps anywhere. So it's -infinity to +infinity for all of them. For B, my domain is -infinity to 1, and then again from 1 to +infinity. That hole is at where x is 1. My range is just from 1 to infinity. That hole is down at the bottom. There is nothing solid down at the +1 for the y, so it's the parenthesis 1 to +infinity. For C, my domain is -infinity to -2, and then again +2 to +infinity. Even though I don't see big points there, if it was meant to be open, you would see a very clear open circle. And then my range, 0 to infinity. For D, my domain, -infinity to +infinity. My range, my y's are from 0 to +infinity. Don't use the 2. That 2 is an x. I know that's where the graph hits, but that's talking about the x, and at that point, the y should be 0.